You said, and this is going to be controversial, you said 2 weeks is not enough time to decide if something is working or not. Explain that.
Yeah. Boy, people want results right now.
Yep.
And they'll say, the scale's not moving. How many times have we both seen something like this where the scale's not moving, the scale's not moving, and I've done this. They list all the things that they're doing. And as a side note, it's usually all about exercise, and then the nutrition may come into the equation, if at all. But anyway.
They might say, I eat healthy.
I eat healthy. Oh, okay. So all the things. And the scale's not moving. I know I need to be patient, but, I feel like I've been doing this forever, and it's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Or
less.
Or yeah, probably less, to be honest. Yeah. And it's just not enough time.
No.
I mean, everyone's body's different too, by the way. Some people, especially if you have a lot of weight to lose, you may start seeing some action a little bit earlier than someone else. But we always say 30 days. I even stretch that out to even maybe 60.
Yeah.
Yep. A good 2 months of solid, consistent effort.
Yep.
And then collect all your data, just take a step back and look at your data objectively from day 1 to day 60.
Yep.
Because when you take that step back, you see a bigger picture.
Yes.
You're not caught up in the weeds in the day-to-day. It went up 3 ounces. It went down 4 ounces. You feel like you're bouncing around nothing.
Yep.
But when you take a step back, you say, wait a minute.
Yes.
I've actually lost 2 pounds or whatever,
You see that trend line.
Yeah. You see the trend line starting to go down. You actually have lost weight.
Yep.
But you're so caught up in looking at Monday to Tuesday and Tuesday to Thursday. And I was perfect with my nutrition on Wednesday. Why is the scale up on Thursday?
Yep.
You're too caught up in that.
Yep.
I think that. Just be patient. Take the data and just keep going. And then take your step back out.
I think the biggest mistake people make with tracking their weight is they went on March 24th and then they compare March 24th to March 25th.
Yep.
And they compare March 25th to March 26th.
Yep.
And it's like, that's the wrong way to compare your data. You compare March 24th to April 24th.
Yep.
You compare March 25th to April 25th. You compare month to month. And when you look at it from that perspective, you're going to start to see that downward trend line, assuming you're doing it right. If you were comparing month to month and you're not seeing a change, well, cool. Now we need to adjust something. Maybe your nutrition, maybe your steps, maybe who knows? There's something that we could change. But overall, when you don't compare day to day, you don't compare week to week, you don't even compare every 2 weeks. If you're comparing where you are today to where you are 2 weeks from now, you're doing it wrong. And this is especially true for women.
Yeah.
Regardless of where you are in your cycle, your age, because weight will often still fluctuate in a similar fashion. Men have fewer weight fluctuations than women, so they will generally see a more stable trend line. Mm-hmm. Whereas women, if depending on where you are in your cycle, your weight is going to fluctuate. So a woman who's going into her period might see a significant weight spike. Whereas, why would you compare where you are right before your period to a week after your period? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Compare in the exact same time frame of the month, so you have a much more stable understanding of where your weight is. And when you do that, you'll notice the trend line is actually way more consistent than you think.